people that are overweight,
Right.
which is giving them multiple physical problems, and at times it's mental problems that get to serious stages.
And there are multiple problems to it. When a teacher is writing on a blackboard explaining to the student, if the pen, a pencil or a chalk falls down, they cannot bend and pick it up because they're obese, and the kids make fun of it. Husband and wife. Husband is obese, wife doesn't want to take her in a party, or vice versa. Wife is obese, husband doesn't want to take her to the party. So, or ignores when the guest comes, they want to go alone because of this. We used to talk about don't eat after 7. Nowadays, of the food starts after 7. So the whole life, the discussion in Middle East is about food and the weekends. Always remember, a healthy salad will be expensive than a burger. If parents are obese, kids can also be obese, so you have to take care of it. Genomics is the new thing which is coming up. Am I at risk for any kind of cancer? Surgery should be the last thing, where nothing is working. Patient is not fully educated. They want a shortcut, quicker, immediate result. This is 50 to 70 cc. So from 2 liter, I'll reduce it to this much. Rest of the stomach is cut and removed completely and permanently. When you are seeing someone smoking, why is he holding tea or coffee in hand? Why not a juice? If you take juice, it will give you avulsion from smoking. It doesn't go well. It's always recommended. If you have a tendency to smoke, take juice. The craving for smoking will go away. If we play around with food nicely, we can get away with everything.
The stomach. It's a hollow muscular sac that is basically responsible for the second phase of the digestion of the food that we take every day. Professor Richard H. Hunt et al. They deliberated in a journal article that the stomach is arguably the most important tract of the gastrointestinal tract, is the most important segment, and the gastrointestinal is basically all the organs that are responsible for, it has the organs responsible for the digestion. And with that, I come to asking you all to join me in welcoming today's guest. He's a surgeon, but not just a surgeon. He's a bariatric surgeon with over 20 years of experience, with 300 to 500 patients a month, with more than 100 surgeries a month. This doctor, he dedicated his entire career, he dedicated his life, he specialized in bariatric surgery because he would like to enable people to regain control over their digestive system, over their life in some cases, because what he does could be a life-changing experience for a number of people. I would like you to join me in welcoming Dr. Rohit Kumar. He is the medical director of International Modern Hospital, and he is joining us today to shed some light on what bariatric surgery is. And if you are interested in anything related to bariatric surgery, weight loss, or knowing a bit more about obesity, please stick around and listen to what Dr. Kumar and Wagida have to say. Thank you very much for sticking around, and let's get right into it.
My pleasure and honor. Thanks to everyone, and to you too for inviting me as a guest.
Thank you so much. Before we start with anything, we as myself, Wagida, and all the viewers watching the episode, may I ask you to give us a little brief about Dr. Rohit Kumar, from starting as a student thinking of becoming a surgeon? What was the motive? What was the drive? And why? That's a very important question.
Right.
Why did you decide to be the helping hand to all of those seeking your help to regain control over their digestive system?
Right. So I was an average student, but over a period of time became a good student, and it's always a changing period in the life. And then I myself did my graduation from Kazakhstan, Almaty. It's called as Valley of Apples. And after completing my graduation, I went back to India, and that's where I started doing my internship and started practicing. And then I cleared my international exam for the India and got the 14th rank and was selected. And that's where during my internship I decided I wanted to do surgery. And after internship, when I did my house job, I did dedicated 1 year only in surgery. Though by that time I didn't had the seat to be, the postgraduate seat. But luckily, once I cleared my exam, got the surgery seat, and got did my MS the surgery from Army Hospital Research and Referral Delhi, which is a tertiary hospital where you don't need to open the books. Everything which is written there is done there. So you name a procedure, they do it. It's very advanced, high-end hospital. So that was a big advantage from where and how you are trained for. During my internship also, I was the only candidate who used to do 24 hours emergency because I was so much into it. Now for me, to sit in one place is a big task. So I preferred something challenging, something dynamic. So I choose surgery. Yes, it's a nice thing. You go, operate, treat people and come out. And I choose surgery. And I started enjoying it during my internship or period of house job, and when I choose to become a surgeon. Luckily got selected in Army Hospital. And then we had only 14 seats all over India to do laparoscopic and bariatric surgery. I got selected in one of those, got trained over there, and we used to do 20 surgeries in a day, 3 days a week, almost 60 surgeries a week. Good exposure. After completing that, I worked in one of the private hospital, and then I got selected in international faculty and was also recommended. I went to Greece for an international faculty for advanced training for laparoscopic, bariatric and advanced surgery. So I was in Greece for almost 1.5 years, got trained over there in advanced laparoscopic surgery and hepatobiliary surgery. Came back, was again practicing in India, and then I again cleared one exam and got selected, and I was recommended on a fellowship in Japan. So I went to Japan in Chiba, where I was there for almost a year and got trained over there in advanced laparoscopic and hepatobiliary surgery. And after that, I came back to India and was one of the youngest consultant to practice. And I also was the youngest consultant to start a bariatric center in India, in Delhi. Then I was lucky enough that one of the doctor and the owner of a hospital who saw me operating in a workshop, and that's where he invited me to why not come and join him in Dubai. And that's how I came to UAE, Middle East in 2011, and since then I'm here.
I would like to continue the episode with something that sheds a light on positivity, always looking at the positive part of any problem. The problem is people that are overweight,
Right.
which is giving them multiple physical problems, and at times it's mental problems that get to serious stages. So I want to start by requesting you to share with all of us a success story that tells everyone that one there did it, so why can't we?
Right. There are multiple success stories when we talk, and there are multiple problems to it. When you talk about the problems, it comes from, take a teacher. When a teacher is writing on a blackboard explaining to the student, if the pen, pencil or a chalk falls down, they cannot bend and pick it up because they are obese, and the kids make fun of it. That is one. Husband and wife. Husband is obese, wife doesn't want to take her in a party, or vice versa. Wife is obese, husband doesn't want to take her to the party. So, or ignores when the guest comes, they want to go alone because of this. These are multiple levels. You usually, if you are obese, you go to a restaurant, you try to find a corner table where no one can see you. On the other hand, If you are nice, presentable, you'll try to be the center of attraction. All these things are the factors. Coming on to it, one thing is being active, but these are multiple problems which we have seen with our patients, and they know. We human being get used to of getting yourself adjusted. If you are 60 kg, 70, 100, 120, when you are young, body get used to of it.
My comfort zone.
Yes, my comfort zone. It's me, my area. No, but and then usually we see all these obese, healthy people. They will be jolly, happy, cracking jokes, because that's the way they want to attract and be in the center of attraction. But inside them, there's something which is killing them, and they need support and help, and we are there to help them. So they are patients. I have patients whom, like, I operated a husband. I did a bariatric surgery. Within 3 weeks, the wife came and got operated, seeing the result. I want the surgery because I don't want to look like his elder sister. Because the way he was losing weight in 3 weeks, and both of, not that everyone, the husband and wife are obese. This couple, the both of them were obese. So within 3 weeks, the wife got operated. Same thing. Many times, I've operated a patient. Within 3 months, he brought his son. I want a better life for him. I don't want him to suffer what I have gone through. And patient was 45-year-old. Imagine the son is 18. So these are the people, the examples. I have a patient whom I operated. The way she was referred by a gynecologist. Not getting pregnant. Infertility was one of the issue. They came, I operated. Within 6 months, we usually advise not to get pregnant for 1.5 years. Within 6 months, she got pregnant. Now, they were undergoing infertility treatment for last 5 years. Within 6 months, they got pregnant. After 2 years, they got pregnant second time.
MashaAllah.
So it's how infertility, erectile dysfunction in males and female, everything gets improved. It's amazing to see.
Indeed it is.
Yes.
It certainly is. That takes me to a very important question. You just mentioned an 18-year-old child. 18 years. Basically, he can drive. He's about to be an adult. I'm talking about children that are unfortunately below the age of 16,
Right.
and they are obese. Dr. Kumar, at what age should a parent consider bariatric surgery for the son or the daughter? What is the minimum age that you would accept for
Age
such
is not a
a
number,
surgery?
and it's not when we should consider. In fact, not even a single child is born obese. It's our culture and society, we make them. There's a saying that no one runs in my family, that's why obesity runs in my family.
Yes.
So, if we talk about 50 years old, 50 years ago, or 80 years ago, there was no junk food, sorry, I'm taking the name of the brands, but no junk food was available, no pizza, no burger, and the lifestyle was more practical. If I need to talk to you, I'll wait for you in the evening, that by this time you will be back from work. I'll walk or I'll ride my bicycle, ride my bicycle to your house, go, sit with you, talk, discuss, and come back. Now with the technology, everything is a sedentary lifestyle. Everything is on a phone call. We can connect to anyone everywhere. Food is available, and always remember
24
24
7.
by 7.
Yes.
And Zomato and other companies are
Talabat and
they are
yes,
delivering it.
just,
Even
2
phone
o'clock in the
call.
morning, KFC.
Yes, we used to talk about don't eat after 7. Nowadays, of the food starts after 7. When you talk in the Middle East, it's all about food. The life surrounds or rotates around the food.
Very true.
I call you. It's been long. We didn't meet. Let's catch up for a drink or a coffee. We didn't meet. Let's catch up for a dinner. We always invite, or there's a new restaurant open up. It's giving a nice deal, 50% off. Let's go there. So the whole life, the discussion in Middle East is about food and the weekends.
That is true.
Always remember, a healthy salad will be expensive than a burger. On the other hand, the life is so competitive. The stress, especially in Middle East, people think it's a tax-free country. We all are living nice, yes, but nothing comes for free.
Comes at a premium.
Right. And easy to catch, a bite, drive through, a burger. You can stress with the work because you have too much to do to perform. The life is such. When you graduate and take a job and you start performing, you have to keep performing, otherwise someone else will come in between. So you have less time and you spend less time for the food and other things. You take a quick bite. Quick bite will be a burger, pizza, sandwich, easy, full of junk. So it has to be managed in a better way. Coming back to your question, children, they are not born obese. We subject them to iPad, electronics, and junk food.
And replacing the bike with an electric scooter.
Yes.
Actually, the bike now, some of them they put a motor to the bike, and it became an electric bike.
Right.
So even my own motor skills of using my legs, okay, and my quads is just gone because
Yes.
everything became a motor.
Right. You're correct. So we parents are more responsible for it. I operated a child from 16 year to an adult 70 year for bariatric surgery, but that is not the answer. Why should we reach that stage that we need a surgery?
When do I address the problem as a parent? A parent or an elder sister, let's say a guardian in general.
Anyone, yes, there are many factors: genetic, hereditary, and the surrounding. Parents are obese, children tend to be obese. Okay.
So this is not hereditary.
It comes with hereditary also. If parents are obese, kids can also be obese, so you have to take care of it. I am obese, my child will be obese. I am diabetic, he may. So you have to take care. Genomics is the new thing which is coming up. We do recommend genomic study for the patients to find out what traits we are giving to our kids. I have done genomic study for myself to understand, am I at risk for any kind of cancer, whether it can be a prostate, it can be a lung, or any kind of. Genomic is a new thing where we study the genes. So if parents are obese, children can be obese, so we have to be extra careful. There we take the kid to an endocrinologist, pediatric endocrinologist. So first step is when we regularly, everyone like a child has a pediatrician, similarly female has a gynecologist. When a child goes to a pediatrician, they evaluate. If a child is going obese, then they refer the child to the endocrinologist, and he evaluates whether it is a medical condition causing a child or a baby to be obese. He treats it. And yes, there are multiple factors. If it cannot be treated and not, then the last option is to go for the surgery. Yes, in Middle East, there are patients, there are children who are getting obese. because of the surrounding and the culture which we are living. As I mentioned, I operated even a 16-year-old child who was 130 kg. So we never imagined, but yes, or it doesn't happen. Child is not born 130 kg. Gradually, slowly and steadily reach that level where if it is 5-10 kg, yes, you can do with exercise, diet, tablets, injection, multiple things are there. But reaching a level at 130 kg, yes, you need some kind of help, and we are there to help them.
Indeed. Dr. Kumar, my following question is actually about those that come to you as the first resort to the problem. Would you say that there are other options that they need to tackle and try before they actually come to you as their final hope in treating the problem?
Yes. I myself refuse surgery for many patients. When I say refuse, that's almost like 60% of patients I refuse of procedure. Surgery should be the last thing where nothing is working. So I first start with the diet, exercise, there are different things. And if tablet, balloon, injection, nothing is working, then we go for the surgery. Yes. And patient is not fully educated. They want a shortcut, quicker, immediate result. As a doctor,
Yes.
since we are educated, we are trained for it, it's my job to educate them, make them understand that shortcut may not work well. Maybe you'll not need a surgery. Why to go for it? And that's how we work on it and go ahead.
Educating those that are coming to you seeking help. By the way, to all the viewers, every material or every piece of information that Dr. Kumar would be referring to within this conversation will be having all of this as links below this video. So you can go below the video and you can click on whatever link is available and get yourself educated or read more about it if you're interested. So back to educating the patients. When a patient comes to you, how easy it is or how hard it is for you and for the patient to understand what you're saying about pre-procedure and the during the procedure and the post-procedure requirements and routine and the complications and the risks as well that might be associated. How do you or how long do you need to prep your patient physically and mentally for the procedure? And how long after the procedure will you be the guardian angel of this patient until the patient has reached the objective?
So there are multiple sessions. First, the patient comes, meets me, I counsel. So I usually tell all my patients, this is the first session, take it as an educative session. Don't decide anything, please. Go home, discuss with your family. You will have multiple queries, write it down, come back to me. I'll again explain you. So usually all the patients, they take 2-3 sessions to go back and forward, and sometimes they take couple of years or few months to decide because it's undergoing a knife.
That long?
Yes, and it is always good. I don't want my patient to take a decision all of a sudden, just meeting me and deciding, no, I'll go. Doctor is nice, I've seen his profile, he's good, I'll go for the surgery. I don't want that. Take your time, discuss with your family, see all the do's and don'ts. You want meet some of the patients. I give them the numbers of the patients who have undergone surgery. There are patients who have done 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 20 years. See how the journey has been.
To be there, they might become their mentor. in the
Right.
journey?
So I used to run a support group, but because of my busy schedule, I couldn't continue much for after the COVID because of that. But yes, there are patients who are ready to share their experience. We give the numbers to the patient; they can look into it. I used to take them for a yoga session, take them for the breakfast. We do every 2 months. Conference or a meeting where all of these patients used to come across, meet a dietitian, it used to be a continuous exercise. But as life goes on, we became more busy.
Dr. Kumar, I really am eager to ask you to give us visualization in few minutes about what the surgery is and how do you do it.
So when we talk about obesity, it's been declared as a disease worldwide, and that's one of the reason it is covered by insurance in Middle East for the local Emiratis. Okay. Now, when we say that we are covering by insurance, doesn't mean that we take anyone and operate. There's a criteria worldwide, international standard, that a BMI should be 40 and above with a comorbid disease.
Is there BMI of 40?
I operate patient with BMI of 60 and 70 also. Okay. And BMI of 35 and above with a comorbid disease. And after that also, we make the patient go through a dietitian with different process of dietitian report every 3 months and see whether patient has tried religiously and still failed with multiple factors, and then insurance does approve. Okay. First thing is to go for the normal way of diet and exercise, change in lifestyle. Then we do offer the patient with certain kind of pharmacotherapy in form of tablet injection, which gives a satiety feeling that you don't get too much of craving for the food. And the last option is, before the surgery, is the putting a balloon. Now, balloon is interesting. Earlier we used to put a endoscopic balloon, put a patient to sleep and do endoscopy and put a balloon in the stomach, which occupies a space in the stomach, and you cannot eat much. And you start losing weight.
Yeah.
And after 6 months, you do endoscopy and remove the balloon. So to put a balloon and to remove a balloon, patient has to undergo anesthesia to put and to remove.
Yeah.
Now the latest thing is do a capsule balloon. It comes like a capsule. We give the patient to swallow. He takes with a glass of water, goes inside. It's attached with a string. So with that string, we put a special liquid. The capsule becomes a balloon. It occupies a space. We pull the string out. It gets sealed by itself. After 3 months, this balloon has a special valve. It dissolves. Balloon comes out. Fluid also comes out while passing stool. There are patients who have done balloon 2 times also. So it's a nice thing to put a balloon and to remove a balloon. No anesthesia is required. Temporary measure, but yes, patient have been trying, good results. And the last option is the surgery, where we surgeons comes in the picture. When we talk about
What is the surgery?
Yes, what is the surgery? There are
Yes.
different types of surgery. It's a laparoscopic surgery. We call it a bariatric surgery, weight loss surgery, diabetic surgery, obesity surgery, different names for the same thing. Okay. First, everyone should know what is a laparoscopic surgery. It's a keyhole surgery, making 5 to 10 millimeter, not centimeter cuts, small cuts in the stomach. 3 to 5 go inside and operate. This is what a laparoscope is. So why 3 to 4 cuts? One cut is to put a scope, which is a camera. One is the right hand of the surgeon, one is the left hand of the surgeon, and one may be required for the traction to pull or help the surgeon. That's why you need 3 to 4 or sometimes 5 cuts to go and do the surgery. At the end, we'll talk about the robotic surgery, which is the same thing, done by the surgeon with the help of a robot. Now, coming back to the bariatric surgery, in bariatric surgery also there are different forms of surgery. There is a restrictive and malabsorptive procedure. There is a restrictive plus malabsorptive procedure. Now, what is a restrictive procedure? Restrictive procedure which will restrict you from eating. So, we eat food, goes through the food pipe into the stomach, intestine, and comes out. The stomach capacity is almost 1 to 1.5, sometimes 2 liter capacity. So it's like a balloon, it expands, we can eat. So actually, truly speaking, I can eat 2 large pizza. That's my capacity.
Yeah.
I can eat so much.
But you don't do it.
I don't do. That's a different thing. Yes. So with a 2 liter Pepsi bottle and 2 large pizza, I can eat. That's my capacity.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the keyhole surgery, we go inside and cut the stomach and make it small. So this is called a sleeve gastrectomy. So I'm restricting the patient from eating.
Right.
So the 2 liter capacity I reduced to 50 to 70 cc. So you've seen a 2 liter Pepsi bottle.
Yeah.
And here, this is the glass with me. This is 50 to 70 cc. So from 2 liter, I'll reduce it to this much. Rest of the stomach is cut and removed completely and permanently. So,
and there is no mean of expansion.
I'm coming to that. Yes. So that's a main. Next question comes to all the patient. So we reduce the capacity. So it is forcefully changing your lifestyle.
Of course.
So you and me, when we are eating, why do we stop eating after 2 burgers? Why not after 20? Because we get a feeling that I'm full. Now if I eat, I'll vomit. So that feeling you will get by eating spoonful. You are not craving for food. You are not starving. That's why we restrict, make the stomach small. The same feeling which you get by eating 2 or 3 burgers, you get by eating spoonful. Now, stomach doesn't absorb anything. Everything is absorbed in the intestine. But stomach has the capacity to expand. You are eating 3 burgers today, tomorrow you can eat 5 also. It's up to us how much you want to expand it.
And this is how we become
obese. Now, after doing the surgery, this 50 to 70 cc will expand, but it will not go back to 2 liter. It will expand and become 100 to 200 ml, which is good enough to maintain your lifestyle. Starting from 50 to 70 cc and expanding to 100 to 200 ml, it takes 1 to 1.5 years. By that time, you have lost almost 70 to 80% of the excess body weight. And 100 to 200 ml is good enough to maintain your lifestyle. Nothing is getting absorbed in the stomach, everything getting absorbed in the intestine. So, no requirement of any multivitamin or any nutrition, because whatever you're eating, everything is getting absorbed. During the period when you are losing weight, for this 1 to 1.5 years, we keep a track of all the patient. Suppose I am deficient of vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin B, or it's a borderline. We keep checking them. Whatever is required, we supplement. But after 1.5 to 2 years, whatever we are eating, everything is getting absorbed. So no requirement of any multivitamin or any kind of support. This is a pure restrictive procedure. Then something called bypass, where we make the stomach size small, 50 to 70 cc. We also cut a part of intestine and join to it. So we are bypassing almost 150 centimeter of intestine. So we are eating less, also we are absorbing less.
Yes.
So this is a procedure which is malabsorptive and restrictive. A procedure which is for super obese patient, those whose BMI is 60 or 70 60 or 70, which we need more weight loss. Little aggressive but good for them. These are the patients who lifetime may require some kind of protein or vitamin supplements. Now, actually bypass, where we restrict the stomach and we bypass the intestine, is the actual bariatric procedure. It came in late 90s, and before that it was seen in late 80s, 18th century also, but there was lot of mortality, so we stopped the procedure because all these obese patients started dying after the surgery because of wound infection or something or the other complication, till laparoscopy was invented. Once laparoscopy was invented, they said, why not try bariatric surgery again? And that's when they started doing bypass again, and it became a good success. Now, anesthesia was not so advanced at that time. Bypass was taking 3 to 5 hours. All these obese patients whose BMI 60 and 70 BMI, they cannot hold the anesthesia, for they are not fit for anesthesia for 5-6 hours surgery. Same time, they saw that patient who's suffering with stomach cancer, and when they are cutting the stomach for the cancer, stomach is there, they have cut a part of the stomach. In spite of eating, patient is losing weight. They said, why not we try this for the bariatric patient? And that's how sleeve gastrectomy got invented. They said, patient who are not fit for anesthesia for 5 hours, let's do this stomach cutting or a sleeve gastrectomy for them as a step procedure.
Right.
So once they lose some weight, they'll be fit for a good procedure, which is the exact bypass. And that's how sleeve gastrectomy got invented. But over a period of time, they found out that 80 to 90% patient, when they did sleeve gastrectomy, they didn't require a second procedure, and it became more famous, and patient also accepted it nicely because it's not a malabsorptive, it's more of a restrictive. And if I have seen 150 kg, I am now 90 kg, I don't want to see 150 again, so I'll be careful in my life that I should not gain it again. And that's the journey, how we started with bypass, started with sleeve, and now sleeve has taken over the bypass, and more patients are doing sleeve gastrectomy nowadays.
That's perfect. This is like brilliant news. But it brings me to a question that Wagida usually thinks about before she goes for any consultation on anything. I'm one of those people that I don't take no for an answer. Don't say no because it's a problem. Tell me, Wagida, this is not suitable for you. However, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't say no. Give me options or give me a solution to the problem. Let's say I am coming to you and I am overweight, as in overweight, BMI 40, 50, 60, name it. Okay, 120, 130. You told me that I am not a candidate for the surgery. Like, I'm coming to you for the bariatric surgery.
Right.
And you said, Wagida, you're not a candidate. Okay. I'm not one of those people that will take it sitting. I will keep nagging. How do you handle nagging patients like Wagida when they come to you and they refuse to take your answer of saying I'm not a good candidate, yet I will go behind your back and I will go to another surgeon who is not as ethical as you are. This surgeon will operate on Wagida. What risks would Wagida face knowing that she's not a candidate for the operation, for the surgery, yet she went and she's done it.
Right. So,
could it be life-threatening risks?
Yes, it is. A classic thing is, which I always tell to my patients, and I actually tell the same wording to them. Many things come in picture is when I say no is their lifestyle, habit, and the mental states. So all these patients who undergo a surgery, there's a program which we are doing it. They have to meet a cardiologist, endocrinologist, psychiatrist, dietitian, internal medicine, chest physician, anesthetist. Last is me, the surgeon, and then we decide the surgery. Many of these patients have underlying psychiatric issue which can be flared up by doing a bariatric surgery. So that's a reason we want everyone to be cleared by it. If we see the psychiatrist is not giving a clearance, I mean, there's a reason why he's not giving clearance, because it can be risky to the person's life. That is one. I have a patient who had single kidney. One kidney was lost. He was living with this precious kidney. Came for the bariatric surgery. I planned for the surgery. After evaluation, came to know if he does a surgery, there is more risk for him to go into dialysis and lose a kidney due to the XYZ reason. So I had to tell him, go for the other way of weight loss than for the surgery. Same thing goes with the patient who's undergoing. So I have had a patient also. Okay, instead of saying no, I have a patient whose ejection fraction was 15%. Normal ejection fraction of the heart is around 60. I'm talking about a 65-year-old gentleman whose ejection fraction was 15%, 1-5. And he used to walk around with a machine for breathing, right? And he came to me for the surgery. And in Dubai, 4 surgeons had refused surgery for him. I told him it's high risk. There's a chance of your death happening on table. He said, doctor, if you don't operate, as such I'm dying on a daily basis, I may die. I sat with him. Usually, he wanted to live more. We had a long counseling session, discussed, planned. Then we had a group meeting with the cardiologist. And the cardiologist decided to put a pacemaker to increase his ejection fraction from 15 to 25. And he was successful. It took us few months. From 15 it came to 25. And when I did the surgery for him, taking a high-risk surgery consent, cardiologist was there, everyone was standby in case anything happens. We took a consent that we may abandon the surgery. He was ready to sign on anything. Doctor, if you don't do this surgery, I actually within a year or couple of years, I will lose my life. And gentleman actually lived, and it's been 10 years. He's doing good. From ejection fraction of 15, we increased to 25, and he lost 60 kg, and he's living a good life. Coming back to your question, not all patients take good when we say no. We don't like hearing no, especially when they have come with a mindset. And there are some group of patients who
They came with hope.
Right. And there's some patients who come with a borderline 30 to 35, which can be treated by medicine and exercise. They want surgery, where I have to say no. So I said, if you had more weight, I would have operated. They go to other surgeon, they may operate, but I say no. There's another group of patients who usually bargain for money. So I give them an example. I prefer to operate 2 patients than 20. It's like
Quality over
because
quantity.
safety and quality is more important. When you're driving from A to Z, why you take a high-end car? Why not a basic car? Because safety features are more in a high-end car. Because both cars are taking you from A to Z. That's a reason this is a price which is made for this procedure and which you deserve, because what you are paying 10 times more you are going to pay to change your wardrobe, because you will not fit into any of your clothes. And actually they end up spending a lot of money. They're starting going shopping from second month and spending here, being partying. They cannot eat, they enjoy their life. That's how life goes.
So to conclude what Dr. Kumar just said, if you go to a surgeon with the desire that you are set on doing the bariatric surgery, one doctor, let's say Dr. Kumar, said no, you went to another one that said yes, please go to a third one, and let's say, because if one said no, that no was for a very, very, very good reason, because end of the day, yes, Dr. Kumar is a surgeon and this is not just his career, it's his bread and butter. No one is going to say no to the bread and butter, to some extra cash, if it's not for the good of the human being sitting on the other side of the table. So please be careful. After Wagida came, Wagida is a very good candidate, had the surgery or had every single procedure that you said about, and I became success story. Before becoming that success story and right after the procedure, I'm busy and I don't have the time to go and look around and shop around for the ingredients of the food that I have to cook, because you need to put me on a very healthy diet. And I'm not gonna go shop online for every, home delivery food service. So, let me put it this way, are you a one-stop shop? If I come to you and I do everything, will you be able to help me with my dietary requirements as well after the procedure until I have reached size 6?
Yes, it's you can rely on me, and I tell all my patients, and I do counsel, though there is a dietitian in the program. She guides the patient, she's there with the journey, but still, because since patient has consulted me, they still come back to me, and I usually guide them and take care of them. And I've seen patient behaving in different way. There are patients who have been eating from the day they are born rice, and after surgery they cannot take the granule of a rice. I tell them this after the surgery is like a newborn baby. The stomach behaves in a different way, and that I've seen in last
Baby
20
stomach.
years. Yes. So go slow, add one meal by meal, let the stomach get used to it. And my standard practice is I put everyone on liquid diet.
Right.
So first 6 weeks is liquid diet. So it's little like a question mark and scary to everyone. If you and me are put on liquid diet, difficult to survive. But none of
That
my
is true.
patients complain and they live nicely, because liquid passes easily, doesn't put strain on the stomach, the new operative line, whereas food will put stress or tension on the staple line. Chances of leak and bleeding and other things can happen. So what kind of liquid? Tea, coffee, lemon waters, soup, all these things they can take. And I also tell them to take a flavored water, like take a jar, put all the fruits in it, put water, they'll get a pinch of all the fruits and they can drink it. They come up with different recipes. Patients say, oh, they have tried this, they have tried this. And then once they have completed 6 weeks, they start with a puree diet, which is a thick soup for a week, and then you go on to the soft diet and then normal diet. So usually problem arises with the patient starting from puree diet to soft diet. What to eat? I tell them eat everything, but add one by one. If suppose you have, and also take protein first. When you're losing weight, I don't want your muscles to become weak. You need more of protein. So you can take beans, chicken, cheese, different forms of protein, which will give energy to your muscle. Then you take some salad, and at the end you can take some rice or chapati, and then you have a glass of water. Add one meal at a time. Means when you're introducing from liquid to puree to soft, don't start eating everything. So today you have added some soup. See how your body is reacting to that soup. Take soup for 1 or 2 days. You're tolerating it well, then take different type of soup. So it's a new baby. How it is taking it, take in small quantity, take frequently. Like a newborn baby is formed, you keep feeding him every 2 hours. Similarly, this is one mistake where 80% of the patient does. They tend to form the habit of eating or munching, which has to be stopped after 3 months, because they know they will eat this much, and after a few hours or few minutes they can eat this much again. And that's what they do when they go for the party. They'll eat, and they're talking, and then again eat. We call it munching, which slowly and gradually may tend to increase weight, which we want to prevent.
Yeah.
Because their body has seen 150 kg, now they are at 60. We don't want them to reach 150 again. Craving. Stomach forms a hormone called as ghrelin hormone, which gives you the craving. Today I want to eat a burger, a biryani. Craving comes from ghrelin hormone. 80% is formed from stomach, 20% is formed in intestine. So once you cut the stomach, that craving goes off. But intestine, 20% is there. If you are starving, dehydrated, craving will come. And always remember, why when they sell French fries, they don't sell tea as a combo? Why they're selling soda? It goes together. When you are seeing someone smoking, why is he holding tea or coffee in hand? Why not a juice?
It's always the coffee.
Because
with the smoking.
smoking, if you take juice, it will give you avulsion from smoking. It doesn't go well. It's always recommended, if you have a tendency to smoke, take juice. The craving for smoking will go away. So all these things are mix and match. If we play around with food nicely, we can get away with everything.
That is brilliant. You make it sound really easy for everyone.
Thank you.
Dr. Kumar, what are the signs that you would like the viewers to watch for when they get to understand that they started to become overweight? What are the signs which they start to see to know that they need to seek professional help? Professional help can start from dietitian, by the way.
Best is eat well, sleep well, eat well. Okay. Now, if many a times we say, I have gain little extra, I'll go to gym or I'll do diet, I'll lose.
No, these people, they live comfortably in their overweight figure. They are overweight and they believe that they're okay with this much weight on their body, on their poor legs and the poor feet and the very poor joints. Okay? Signals might come to them and they might just ignore those signals are to tell them it is time to take charge of this weight, it's time to go on diet. What signs can people look for to know that they need to go on diet before they become obese?
Right. So, lifestyle, number one. Number two, anyone who's reaching a BMI of 30. Okay.
Yeah.
They have to think on it, because when you buy a new car, you drive it at a speed of 150 or 180, problem will never happen. A new car, you load it with 10 people, 20 people, it will drive at 150. Same thing happens with the human body. When you are young, you can party whole night. You can drink, you can party, you can be 150 kg, nothing is going to happen. Your body is good, strong enough to take that stress.
And metabolism is still
Yes.
kicking at a very good rate, yeah.
How you treat your body from 30 to 45 is you will see the result from 50 to 80. So change a lifestyle from 35 is very important. 30. Why I'm saying 30-35? Because by that time everyone is set where they're heading for. What job we do our schooling at 18 to 20 and we go for graduation, post-graduation. By 30-35 we know where we are, and from there if you don't change your lifestyle, it will be a problem. That's why when the reunion happens of the any parents or any kids or you see, when we are in, suppose you see a reunion happening, all are of the same age group. You'll see one coming on a wheelchair, one coming on a crutches, one coming walking, and they all are in their 60s. It all depends how they have treated their life from 35 to 45. They are going to live accordingly. So that is more important. If you don't take care of life, don't prepare for yourself from what after 50 is going to be. I tell many of my patients, your leg and back has to be strong. When you will be in your 60s and 70s, even your life partner, the wife, will be on the same age group.
Yeah.
If
Supposedly.
Yes. If you don't have a good strong back, you don't have a good legs, your body needs your legs to support you.
Indeed.
And your back. We usually tend to see all these models having six packs, good biceps, good shoulder, and we go to gym, try to make the upper body.
They ignore the law.
You ignore the core.
Because it doesn't show.
It doesn't show.
Yeah.
But actually should be planned, and the core has to be strong.
Yeah,
You have
totally
to work
agree.
on that.
Totally agree. I have seen a good number of people, male and female, where you see, especially male, where you see,
Big V-shaped body and
massive muscles, walking, and then you look at the legs and it's like
we call
my
them
legs
chicken
are
legs.
chicken legs,
Yes.
which tells me that this person is more focused on how he looks rather than how healthy
Right.
and how strong his body is. This is to conclude that particular part of the podcast, and to say to everyone, especially parents, because I am a parent myself, and I know that when I gave birth to my child, I was so scared of my child becoming fat or becoming overweight or going to school and getting bullied, regardless of how my weight is and how the weight of my husband is. No obesity in the family, but with the junk food and everything available, I was so scared that he will get fat and get bullied at school and have psychological problems. So I started to count his calories from a very early age, and then I realized that my son thankfully inherited good genes that made him quite skinny until now, and now I'm suffering the opposite problem, which is how to make him gain weight. So please understand that locking the food away, closing the fridge, closing the cupboards in the kitchen are not the solution. The solution is to go to specialists to start on healthy food, and hopefully the problem will go away for good. And for the adults, please, you just heard the doctor saying that from a very early age, looking after yourself is going to determine how you're going to live with yourself later on, especially if you have family, and especially if your wife is going to be dependent on you to help her get up, like myself now. So let's get to the nice part of Mythbusters. That part that grows up with each and every one of us, especially the I can't remember my generation, but I'm Gen A, something like this. My son knows. The myth is what we grow up with as a notion. We know it, we hear it from the parents, but so many of them are wrong. We still say them because we're too lazy to just go and find out the right information. Like, for example, you just said one of them. Obese parents will definitely give birth to an obese child, or an obese child from obese parents will always be obese. That was a myth, and the doctor just said that the likelihood is there. However, it could be controlled and stopped from very early age. Another one to follow that says weight loss surgery is on an easy way out for people who are too lazy to lose weight through diet and exercise. Is this correct? People come to you to just get it done because they're too lazy to go through diet?
Many people look for a shortcut, and I usually tell them it will help you lose weight. It's a forceful thing to change your lifestyle, but it's not permanent. If you don't change your lifestyle, it will not work. So that's where the counseling and everything works on it.
Understood. And another common myth says that weight loss surgery is extremely dangerous and has a high risk of complications.
It's not dangerous, and anything which we do, there's a complication related to it. The complication related to bariatric surgery or weight loss surgery is less than 0.1%. We have planned the program in such a way that even 0.1% minimum thing is to be done, and when we are doing a procedure, we should be enough capable of handling all these things to make sure patient is safe.
So is it true that bariatric surgery and all the types of bariatric surgeries are only for people that are categorized as obese?
Yes.
Okay, so another one says bariatric surgery is only for people who are willing to give up their favorite food, or only for people who want to look better?
No. Even all bariatric patients, they can eat what they want. Yes, it's a help to change their lifestyle, look better, and I always tell all my patients, by doing this, you will gain extra 10 years of your life.
So good. Another one here says that eating standing up burns more calories than eating standing down. However, my culture, I'm from Egypt, we have the opposite of this. That eating standing up gets all the food down to your legs, so your part doesn't get the food on your legs, so you end up with elephant legs. So eating standing up versus eating sitting down.
Whether it's not about eating standing or eating sitting. You should chew properly and take your time to eat. Now, why so? Because when we eat food and chew, the stomach sends a signal to the brain that you have eaten enough and you stop. Whereas when you are, usually we stand and eat when we are in rush, and you end up eating more. Because that's one of the reasons when we are eating. I'll give you a good example coming back to it. When we go to a restaurant, we order the starters, the main course for ourselves. We don't order the sweet dish, right? When the starters come, we take the starters, and then there is a time period from starters to main course, and we didn't over order. We ordered what I can eat. Now, by that time, the stomach has sent a signal to the brain that food has come, you have eaten, and you get that satiety feeling. When the main course comes, you don't feel like eating. You are done with it. And then you ask for the takeaway. Same thing happens when you are eating food, a phone call comes or someone is at the door. You took the plate full which you can eat. You are eating. You left it to attend the phone call or to open the door to attend a guest. After 15 minutes you came back, you see the plate, you don't feel like looking at the plate, you are full.
Yeah.
That's why we always tell, take food in a small plate, it will look big. Chew slowly, nicely and eat. Don't munch fast, because then you will end up eating more. By that time the signal will go to the brain, and that's one of the reason when we eat in a rush, after some time we feel, oh, I've overeaten. Because by the time we stop eating, when the signal reaches brain, we take some time, you have overeaten.
Yeah.
So it's not about standing or sitting. Chew properly and eat slowly. That's the main thing.
And eat on smaller plates and start with smaller quantities of food.
Always.
And don't fill the plate to the brim.
We'll always see when you have a buffet, they serve
Especially
in a small
Ramadan buffet.
They serve in a
Iftar.
smaller plates. When you have a la carte, they have bigger plate. It's a psychology of the brain to work on it.
Actually, doctor, in this part of the world, okay, whether it's here or other Arab countries, and I'm gonna include Egypt as well, iftar, they have that size of plate for the salad, just for appetizers, and then this one is for the main course. And if you really want to know what happens during iftar time, during Ramadan, just go to any place and look at the tables after people leave and look at the amount of food that is left on the plates.
Yes.
You will understand what I'm talking about. That's why smaller plates, smaller amounts of food, and if you need more, just put more. The next one says that when I chew gum all day, I will lose weight because chewing the gum is gonna make me burn more calories.
No, it doesn't.
So that is wrong. Snacking at night makes you gain more weight.
Definitely, yes. Especially after 7, should not be eating.
Brilliant.
And that's one of the problem in Middle East, on this part of the world.
Dinner is the main
It is
meal
main.
for the entire family.
Yes.
When they get together and they
Together.
sit at the table together. Yes, because I am living this problem. This is the only meal we can have together, all of us.
That is, you can eat your meal wherever you are. You are at work, finish your meal, you can still sit together and talk. You don't need the reason for the food to be together.
No, this part is built.
Yes, that's a wrong
The
culture.
enjoyment and the love is actually
Yes.
shown from the mother
Yeah.
to her son and from the wife to her husband by giving them nice food
So
to munch on.
that's like a poison to your partner.
Okay,
So you're
no more
killing your
food after
partner.
7. Only to my son so that he can put on some weight. Drinking diet soda or soft drinks with a meal cancels out the calories.
No. There are many side effects which I'll not talk over here. There are gouts and many other problems. They have patients who have been coming, who have been taking sodas, Diet Coke, and there are many other issues which are coming up. A lot of research are happening on. Should avoid it. Take normal water, best for you.
Can we include like a juice? Natural fruit juice.
So, juice also has calories. Okay. To take a glass of juice, you need 4 fruits. After eating a full meal, can you eat 4 fruits?
No.
But you can have 1 glass of juice. This extra calories is going to pile up and you will gain weight. Natural calories.
Right. Yeah.
So, if you want, yes, take a fruit after eating a meal. See how much you can, but don't take juice.
Taking the fruit after the meal. Can I take it immediately after the meal or should I wait for some time?
You can take it immediately or after, that's fine.
Dr. Kumar, exercising on empty stomach, they say, is much better than exercising after food.
No. Not with a full stomach, but yes. Depend what kind of workout you want. There are different ways of workout. You want muscle building, you want weight loss, you want a core training. Depends according, you have to plan your workout.
Right.
Since we are into a weight loss thing, let's focus on that only.
Yeah.
And suppose you are doing a workout in the morning. You ate the last meal at 7. So your body was starving from 7 till next day morning.
Yeah.
Your body is starving. It's in the fasting mode.
Yeah.
And you went and work out. So you burnt your calories. So actually you will be doing more of muscle wasting. Your muscle fiber will get wasted.
Right. Okay.
Instead of fat only.
Okay.
So you at this time you need some amount of calories to eat healthy calories before half an hour before your workout.
Gotcha.
On the other hand, if you're doing a workout in the evening, take a light meal and after work couple of hours, 1 or 1.5 hours, go for the workout.
Balance out. Yeah.
Because food stays in the stomach for 1.5 hours. Some patients, it may stay long.
Yeah.
You can manage it. So has to take care.
That was very, very enlightening. Dr. Kumar, thank you very, very much for your time. We took you from your patients, we took you from your practice, but we needed you, like all of us, the thousands of people, or hundreds of thousands of people are looking at their health today, whether they are obese or not. It doesn't have anything to do with obesity. It's about having a healthy body, healthy stomach, healthy digestive system. With this, I would like to conclude the episode by thanking Dr. Kumar for joining, and thank you all for watching. And remember, if you have any questions that you would like to address or you would like to receive the answers from Dr. Kumar himself under this video, you need to include them in the comment section. And I will also remind you that I will be including every link to every reading material, and I urge you to read it and get educated about your healthy bodies and live a healthy life. Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you. Thank you to all the listeners. Thank you.